and welcome to the wrap show for the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards. We're keeping the party going right here, giving you the best highlights of music's biggest night. I'm your host, Alina Vision, and I'm joined by the very dapper Ted Stryker.
Alina Vision, we did not know this night was going to happen. Like 5 or 6 months ago, we were in our sweats at home, and here we are, music's biggest night just ended. I am so enthused and excited right now.
It's really exciting. A lot happened tonight, and we also have a style correspondent with us, Ashton Michael. Good to have you here.
Thank you guys for having me. I can't wait to talk about it.
There's a lot of style, so we're gonna get to that a little bit later. But right off the top, what were some of your favorite moments, Ted?
Oh, man, I mean, I just want to roll out a scroll, but we don't have that much time, but I'm gonna start with this. I found it to be so charming and so lovely watching artists check out other artists performing, like Black Puma's right there, and look, and there's Haim, and there's Phineas and Billie Eilish watching Black Puma's play. I hadn't seen that before in the Grammys, and it made the show feel extremely intimate, even though it's so huge. And yeah, that was, there's Haim playing, and there's Billie again in the background with the brother. Yeah, just absolutely love that. Also, it has been so long since we have been at a music venue, and I wasn't expecting my emotions to get to the place where they were when I saw those from different venues around the United States, whether it's the Troubadour out here or the Apollo in New York. We had Nashville, Hotel Cafe in LA. We're going back to the venues soon, you guys. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Exactly. And when we had those that are from the venues saying, we can't wait to have you back here, I just got like the chills down my arm that we're gonna be at venues, sweat's gonna come down our forehead, yeah. We're gonna be bumping around, we're gonna be moshing and jumping, having possibly cocktails. So yeah. Those were my highlights right there.
Definitely, I am so with you on that. I can't wait to get back to festivals for sure.
Oh yeah.
For me, I think some of the biggest winners of the night were the fans. They got treated to music excellence tonight, whether it was performances, amazing award, like acceptance speeches.
The music is what we needed.
Exactly.
I mean, sure, we can give out awards and everybody can be on a Zoom. No. It is the performances and it's the music that brings us all together. We have been seeking this for about 11 months now, and we got it tonight.
12 months. Yeah. It is a year to the day. Oh, trust me, I've been counting down, honey. Been counting down. Well, like we said, history was definitely made tonight. And, you know, one person that always makes history, Beyonce.
Yes, Beyonce.
She is now has the most wins for Grammys by a female artist. Let's take a listen.
History has just been made, breaking the all-time record for the most Grammy wins ever by any female artist or any singer, male or female. The Grammy goes to Beyonce!
That was absolutely amazing to see this moment.
Yeah.
And to see her win for Black Parade, which was just an anthem that came out, you know, last year during the racial reckoning. I mean, she is the queen bee. They don't call her the queen bee for nothing.
28 Grammys. And what I find so great about Beyonce is, for many people, she's grown up. Like, we have grown with Beyonce. We were there for day one when there were 0 Grammys, and now, all of a sudden, she's got 28 Grammys, and she deserves every single one of them.
Every single one of them. Every single one of them. And you know what? She was also back up on stage with Meg the Stallion.
Yeah,
I mean, I loved seeing both of them together. And Megan was so in her emotions and even said, you know, this is somebody I've idolized, and just to be able to make this record and even win a Grammy is amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely amazing. Speaking of Megan the Stallion, she won Best New Artist.
And she deserves it. Let me be loud and clear on Megan the Stallion. She deserves it. And listen, Beyonce was the big winner, but just behind her, it was Megan the Stallion. I mean, she owned the stage in every possible way. And what I like, she wore her emotions right on her sleeve when they called out her name. Best New Artist, Megan the Stallion. She couldn't get any words out. And it's just like, as a fan of hers and just watching her rise from like, wait, who's Megan Thee Stallion, to like total domination.
To like, you couldn't pick up your phone last year without hearing
That's
one
right.
of her songs or turning on the TV and seeing someone doing a challenge or something.
Yeah.
She was just everywhere. Let's take a listen at her acceptance speech.
I don't want to cry. But first of all, I want to say everybody is amazing. Every artist that was nominated for this award is so amazing. So shout out to all of y'all. Secondly, I really just want to thank God because thank you for putting life into my body for me to be able to even be here today. I want to say thank you to T. Ferris for always being with me, being by my side.
All right. Coming up next, I mean,
Thank you for
that was
always
just
being
such a
with me,
special
being by my
moment.
side.
I loved that moment. She just owned it. She
did.
owned it. She definitely did. All right, let's talk Song of the Year. Song of the Year went to H.E.R, Tiara Thomas, and Daenerys Emile II, I Can't Breathe.
All right, H.E.R is an artist who, she is not a rookie when it comes to the Grammy Awards. She is, and we all need to recognize this, a very important person and a very important artist that the world needs, and I cannot give her enough credit. Like, she deserves all the kudos.
No kidding. She is just absolutely amazing. Look at that style. Ashton, what are you thinking about that?
I mean, she looks incredible. She's wearing a dress by Dundas and styled by Vice, and I think the entire ensemble is perfect. It's not overpowering. It's just super glamorous and looks beautiful on her.
She does. She always looks gorgeous, though, I
Always.
feel
It's
like.
effortless is what I like about what she does. It never feels forced or extra. It's just
Exactly. Exactly. All right, coming up, Record of the Year.
Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas for Record of the Year. But you know what I thought was really cool was a gentleman by the name of Gibson Hazard. He is this young guy, creative guy. He created these mini movies for many of those nominated for Record of the Year. And we were able to see those throughout the broadcast. And you can see the full videos, the full presentations, the mini movies he made on Paramount Plus. But yeah, congratulations to Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas.
I loved seeing them win. They were genuinely so surprised. And I feel like that's kind of how they were last year too, you know? I mean, even though they've had such success, they're still so humble.
Right.
And let's take a listen to Billie and Phineas up on stage during the acceptance speech.
This is really embarrassing for me. Megan, girl, I was gonna write a speech about how you deserve this, but then I was like, there's no way they're gonna choose me. I was like, it's hers. You deserve this. You had a year that I think is untoppable. You are a queen. I wanna cry thinking about how much I love you. You're so beautiful, you're so talented. You deserve everything in the world. I think about you constantly. I root for you always. You deserve it, honestly. Genuinely, this goes to her. Can we just cheer for Megan Thee Stallion, please?
I love everything about her, and she just giving those props to Megan. It reminded me of the time when Adele won Album of the Year for Lemonade and gave
Yes.
props to Beyonce. I mean, not for Lemonade. For 25. Woo! Bayhive, don't come at me with that. But you know, was giving props to Beyonce for Lemonade. I just love seeing women supporting other women. But that just also shows how humble Billie is and how much also she is just a fan.
She is a fan and she is an artist, and that combination, that's what we need.
Yes, definitely. So, on to Album of the Year. Taylor Swift again made history tonight, winning Album of the Year. She now is the first female artist to win 3 Album of the Year awards.
Folklore.
Yeah, for Folklore.
That is the album. And can we just discuss, Taylor Swift has been an A++ level celebrity and musician and songwriter. She does not slow down. She's got all the success. She could just throw in the towel and just go on the beach and just hang out. No, she doesn't stop, and I find that to be so admirable. And also a shout out to her fans who always have her back. And I think we've all learned, not only of course is Taylor a great songwriter, but she is a powerful strong woman.
She definitely is. Let's take a listen to her acceptance speech.
Oh God, I want to thank all of my collaborators who are on the stage. I want to thank Serban Gania. I want to thank Justin Vernon. I'm so excited to meet you someday. Joe, who is the first person that I play every single song that I write, and I had the best time writing songs with you in quarantine. I want to thank James, Inez, and Betty, and their parents, who are the second and third people that I play every new song that I write. But mostly, we just want to thank the fans. You guys met us in this imaginary world that we created, and we can't tell you how honored we are forever by this. Thank you so much, and thank you to the Recording Academy. We'll never forget who
No
did this for us. Thank you
stranger
so
to
much.
winning Grammys. Taylor Swift.
And she always recognizes those fans. I love that about her.
She does. She definitely does. All right, let's talk about what's trending on social media, because if there's one thing we know, the Grammys always offers those absolute amazing pop culture moments. So first up, we got Lizzo. Let's check her out. And I just loved how she was, she was presenting for Best New Artist.
Yeah.
And she was just herself. She's always just off the cuff.
She's vulnerable.
Exactly.
And smart. And yeah, she was great up there when she
That's
gave out
right.
the
We got an
Best New Artist.
some Instagram posting, the baddest. She always looks fly. And yeah, oh, there she is with Harry Styles. I mean,
I love their friendship too.
she always is the best.
How do I get involved in that? Like, I would be great on one side of that duo right there. I mean, they would probably kick me out of the photo, but yeah, that's a wonderful friendship.
Exactly. I think we also have some footage of, there we go, girl power right there. Lizzo hugging Megan Thee Stallion backstage right after their whole moment on stage. I love seeing that. I mean, social media was loving these two tonight, loving seeing both of them, as they should. As they should. All right. Now, we're going to toss it back to my Grammy Live co-host, Cassidy DeLaura, and she's with a Facebook group.
Hello everyone, Cassie DeLaura here backstage at the Grammy Awards with members from Facebook groups. This is such an exciting night about celebrating the hard work these artists have put into making their dreams come true. And we thought, let's celebrate with some members of Facebook groups. You can create a group for anything, like advice for aspiring musicians, or even just about your favorite artist. You know, one of the best things about Facebook groups is how members can lean on each other to keep their passions moving forward and make a difference. So the question the We Love Music Facebook group has was, being a Grammy-nominated artist, how will you use your platform and your artistry to empower other artists and those in need in the various communities across the country? Black Pumas, what are your thoughts?
I think that we use our platform every day, especially living in Austin, to support, the community and people who are inspired and are talented, maybe looking to get into, playing in a band or doing some art with different individuals. It's unfortunate that we're within a pandemic, that, the connectivity is a little bit attenuated a little bit, but it's very important for us to get that out there, that we live in such a town like Austin, Texas, live music capital of the world. We've been around the world at this point, and, we're pleasantly surprised to come back home and say to ourselves, like, hey, this is truly where live music happens on an everyday basis for everyone and anyone, comparatively to amazing places like France and Germany, and I'm sure we both can talk about it all day,
See, that's what it's all about, growing as an artist and then giving back to the next generation of talent. Be sure to check out Facebook groups for more ways to learn new things, grow your interests, and find inspiration from an awesome community online. Back to you guys at the wrap-up show.
Thanks, Cassie. All right, let's talk about another performance that is trending on social media. We got Dua Lipa. Exactly.
Yeah, Dua Lipa, there she is right there.
Yep. I mean, She came out in all that sparkly number and absolutely killed it. What do you have to say about that, Ashton?
I mean, she is dripping in Versace, and when I say dripping, I mean literally, it is just dripping.
Yeah.
But for me, I love that there's the reveals. I always like the element of surprise. So when you're gonna come from 3 quick changes and end up being in barely anything, but still looking very like sensible and sexy at the same time, she killed it.
She absolutely did, and social media was definitely eating it up. She also won Best Pop Album.
Best Pop Album, and again, she is no rookie to the Grammy Awards, and it's really exciting to see these young artists who, yeah, maybe their first collection of songs does fantastic, but then when they come back and they come back and they come back and they're even better and bigger, it's exciting to see. And I've said this before, and I mean it so much, like music really is in good hands right now, and she is perfect to just continue putting out awesome music, and congrats to her for winning a Best Pop Album. That's big.
Yeah, that's really, really big, especially with the other people that were in the category.
Yes.
So big congrats to her. Let's talk about some genres, some highlights in the genres. Speaking of pop music, Harry Styles won Best Pop Solo Performance for Watermelon Sugar. Hey!
Yeah. And he was great when he opened up the show.
He
as well.
was.
He
He
is
was-
full of confidence. He's so comfortable in his own skin.
He definitely is comfortable in his own skin, and we actually have some sound from his acceptance speech.
Wow. To everyone who made this record with me, thank you so much. This was the first song we wrote after my first album came out during a day off in Nashville, and I just want to say thanks to Tom, Tyler, and Mitch, and everyone. Rob Stringer and everyone at Columbia, my manager Jeffrey, who has always nudged me to be better and never pushed me, and thank you so much. And I feel very grateful to be here. Thank you. All of these songs are fucking massive, so thank you so much. I feel very honored to be
Acceptance speech,
among all
and
of you, so
he
thank you
is.
so
This is
much.
actually his first nomination
Oh, okay.
out the gate. Yeah, so this is his first, Grammy win as well.
Harry Styles is one of those artists, I don't know about you guys, but when I see how he performs and I see how comfortable he is, as I said, in his own skin, he's an artist that we're going to grow with. Like, when we're 55, 65, 75, he's going to be still doing his thing and making great music. I think he's awesome.
Very talented, definitely. All right, in country, we had Miranda Lambert win Country Album for Wild Card. Big ups to her. A lot of females in country tonight took home the big ones.
I mean, come on now. The songwriting, the performances, and the songs, and the females are ruling country as well they should.
Exactly. All right, up next is the Global Album Music Award, and that went to Burna Boy from Nigeria, which was absolutely awesome for his album Twice as Tall. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Africa's in the house, man. Africa, we're in the house. You get me? This is a big win for my generation of Africans all over the world. And this should be a lesson to every African out there. No matter where you are, no matter what you plan to do, you can achieve it. No matter where you're from, because you are a king. Look at me now. Grammy.
Big win for Burna Boy. He was nominated last year for African Giant, took home the Grammy this year for Twice as Tall.
And everything he just said,
Yeah.
that speech he just gave, maybe some of the most important words we heard all night. That was very inspiring to hear.
You can do anything. It was
Yeah.
a big, big night for him, and especially for Nigeria and just the continent of Africa. Very happy for him. All right, one thing that was definitely different about this Grammy Awards were that we weren't over at Staples Center. We were at the LA Convention Center, but the stages were absolutely amazing. We had
Yes.
several different stages all around. Like we've talked, people could walk up and kind of watch their own. Their different performances that happened. And we actually got some behind the scenes footage from the show's executive producer, Ben Winston. So let's take a look at that.
Hello, I'm Ben Winston. I'm the executive producer of the Grammys. And I'm told you'd like to come and have a little look at the set. So this is our stage. Come through here. And you can see this is what we've created. We really wanted to essentially make a place where artists could come together and play for each other. This is the stage that Harry Styles is going to perform on tonight. Billie Eilish is on this stage to start. Then H.E.R performing in the middle of the room. Black Pumas, who are incredible, nominated for many awards tonight. But through here is outside, so I'm going to take you now to where the awards are. Wow, it's beautiful. It's all coming together. The fact that we can build a stage, no background, no backdrop, shoot Staples Center, and yet have these performances like this here. And here is Trevor Noah. Thanks for joining me on a little tour of what we've created for the Grammys this year.
All right, well, you know what? If you missed the Grammys and you're just tuning into us here now, no worries. You can see all those stages in action if you tune into Paramount Plus. You can stream it right there.
And by the way, if you missed the Grammys, what in the world are
Right,
you doing?
what are you doing?
I mean, come on now. You've had 12 months to sit on your couch in sweatpants and wear your rain bonnet in the shower and hear all the water in your head.
I mean, maybe people were working. I don't know. But you got to DVR it. Now you can stream it on Paramount Plus. All right, we are going to talk style, which is one of my favorite things of the night. Something to always look forward to. The Grammys always comes correct when it comes to style. So, Ashton, what was your best take on performance style?
Tonight, hands down, was Silk Sonic. I loved the stripped down minimalism, but so direct. Like, there was an instant energy you got. It was 70s, it was glamour. It almost paired perfectly without overpowering. And I think sometimes when you do performance, like, it becomes too much. And this was like the perfect edit. They were wearing custom Gucci. It was like the most minimal, but the most chic, and I thought the most refreshing, truthfully.
But is that going to be a trend? Are we going to see people who don't look as great as those artists right there? Anderson, am I going to go out to a venue in 2 months and see people wearing that?
I mean, I hope so. I love that Anderson also pushes the limits. He's out there with rhinestone heart glasses like Elton John, and I just think that the combination between both of them is so beautiful and refreshing.
Definitely. I mean, we were talking backstage and you're saying there was a lot of that 70s trend tonight just going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love seeing all the flares of the bell-bottom shape, and I think that there is this attention to detail in the beading and also the brocades that I saw tonight that I thought was oh great, this is so nice. Everyone feels so put together and elegant, but also appropriate for who they are as a brand.
Exactly.
So if we were all at our house the last 11 months, how did these new trends start? No, I mean, who is lead? What are we supposed to be wearing these days now?
I mean, we were talking about that too. We're this is the first time I put on a collar shirt in a year. So I think that the trends are actually developing better because they're no longer becoming trends, they're becoming an identity. So people have time to rebrand themselves and come through with something that's fresh and exciting without being oh, I have to do this, here's my brand, here's this. You get to really marinate with it and create something. So I love seeing that these artists are coming out with fresh looks.
Yeah, especially on Grammy night. I mean, that's the time to come out and show out, right?
Absolutely.
All right, any other notable style moments?
I mean, Noah killed it. This is a Schiaparelli that is just stunning. It's literally speechless from it. I think that it's just breathtaking. As on her especially, it just suits her so perfectly.
It definitely does. Definitely.
Yeah. And next up is Phoebe. I mean, this is also one of my favorite designers, Tom Brown, and it looks, from the naked eye, something very minimal, but when you punch in and you see the detail and the beading, it is exquisite. I'm obsessed.
Obsessed.
And this, again, flawless, sexy, chic, effortless. She is an Armani, and I mean, lose the shirt, throw on some jewels. What more do you need? This is absolutely stunning.
Perfect. I saw when she came out in that, I was like, yes, girl,
that
work.
is how you do it. That's how you make a statement without being vulgar. That's how you make it be impactful and be on the pages of Vogue. I mean, it's that simple. It's just an effortless look that's absolutely well done.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts before we wrap the show up?
If you haven't noticed, I'm excited to be out of my house. This is the first time I've had a suit on in front of a camera in 12 months.
Yep.
And being at the Grammys tonight, watching the Grammys, seeing these artists perform really has me pumped up for the next 12 months and beyond, and music festivals are being announced, and I cannot wait to be out there to go see live shows. And I want to give kudos to everybody behind the scenes that made the Grammys happen. And then the artists, the effort it took for these performances that were so great and so powerful. And none of those performances you can just walk in and be like, hey, I'm going to do this. It's just a lot of effort, and they're all just very, very talented people.
Right. I was so just blown away by how much work and effort put into it. And one thing I think this last year has definitely taught us is that even though, you know, there may be dips and curves, artists are still going to create. And we got amazing music out of the last year, even though there wasn't some great moments to begin with. But the music is what brought us through.
It brought us through, and we're going to be able to see these new songs come to life in person. And we saw some of that tonight.
Exactly. All right, well, I think that wraps it up for us. So you can find highlights from throughout the day, interviews with Grammy Award winners and performers, and exclusive access backstage by visiting Grammy.com for complete coverage. Also, you can check out, we got merch. Check out Grammy.com merch. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. All right, that is it for us, folks. We'll see you next year.
Oh, yeah.